Well, hello crafters. Welcome to Stampin' Crafty with Carolyn. My name's Carolyn Levitsky and I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up. I want to remind you about the wonderful offer that Stampin' Up is making to those of you who perhaps would consider becoming a demonstrator. You will get a kit valued at $155 and you only pay $99. Now that's a good deal. And to top it off, you get to choose what you want in your kit. You get to pick all your supplies, no matter what it is. And whether you go out and demonstrate or whether you just keep this as your own special business and order your own stuff, that's up to you. Stampin' Up does not put any pressure on you to go out and demonstrate or do parties or anything like that. It's really, truly a good company to work for. I hope you'll consider that, and I would love to have you on my team. Please, if you think you'd like to consider it and join my team, leave a comment for me. I would love to have you. We're going to turn the camera down. I'm going to put my glasses on so I could see exactly what we're doing. We'll turn it down and I'm going to show you some cards that I have been working on. They're the same card but with totally different looks. This is called the Origami window fold, this right here. It's an oldie but a goodie, so I thought I'd bring it back. You see this card, I used basic black for the base, basic white, and I did emboss it, and there's a special way technique to do this, the coloring on the embossing. I did color the inside flower on this particular one, and of course a ribbon here, and then inside is also decorated. I think that's really pretty, but it's a very different look from this card. Same card. On this card I used the mossy metal for the base, the soft succulent, which is a new color for the to top it, and pale papaya to go around the origami window fold. That also is a new color, and the designer series paper is from the hand pen collection, the beautiful collection of papers and stamps. And the ribbon that I used is the reversible ribbon, old olive and pretty peacock, which unfortunately no longer is available, and inside I did decorate it with more ribbon and a little stamp down below. We are going to do this card today a little differently. I'm not going to do the coloring on the inside, but I thought you would like to see what I did to the embossed sheet of basic white and how I got the black on there. So that's what we're going to work on today. By the way, I do have my host code number written right down here, and I turned it upside down. I don't know if you could see it. I think you can. If not, it's at the beginning as well as the end of my video. So we're going to start with basic black, and this is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. It's scored at 4.25 inches. And then I have two pieces of basic white. They're both the same dimensions. It's 5.25 inches by 4 inches. Please don't worry about having to write this down. Once the video is made, I will put all the cutting and scoring dimensions as well as the supply lists under the video, and where you see show more, you just click on that and all of that information come down for you. I use the True Love Designer Series paper, and this is going to make up our origami window fold. It's 4 inches by 4 inches square, and then I have a base for that, basic black, which is 3¼ inches by 3¼ inches. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I colored this particular embossing on the basic white. And by the way, it's one of my favorite embossing folders. It's from the Parisian Flouish 3D folder. It's just beautiful, I think. What you need to do is you need to either get a piece of newspaper or a piece of scrap paper, and I have a small grid paper here, which I'm going to use. Now this method that I'm about to show you, I'm using my Momento Tuxedo black so that it matches the Designer Series paper. This method is sort of like when you're cooking and you add salt to your food. If you put too much in, you can't remove it. So what you need to do is you need to carefully and lightly just take your stamp pad, turn it upside down, make sure you have paper underneath, and just lightly go over it. Because if you do too much at one time, you're not going to be able to take it away. You could always go back and add more, just like when you're cooking with your recipes. You could always go back and add more. I'm going to concentrate more on the outside since the inside is going to be covered with our origami window. And I think that's enough. Like I said, you don't want to put too much on there. Now I'm going to put it aside so that it will dry. And get rid of this paper and close up my ink pad. Looking at my fingers to make sure I don't have inky fingers. Okay, I just love this fold. And it's very simple to do. You don't have to get your ruler out. I've seen other demonstrators who use their rulers and measure. This is so easy to do the way I'm going to show it to you. And I do want to thank Leanne Griff because she is the person that I originally saw do this. So what you do is you take your piece of Designer Series paper and fold it in half, and then grab your bone folder and score it. It's so much easier than taking it and measuring 2 inches here, 3 inches there. Oh my goodness, it just gets to be a mess. So now you do the same thing here. You fold the other side and use your bone folder so you have nice creases. Now you have 4 sections. And this is all you need to do. Make sure you follow those creases in the 4 sections. And you put the point to the point and score. And if you're doing this right, it should all line up along the side. Now, isn't that simple? Very simple. So easy. You don't need your ruler. You don't need to do any fancy measuring and confusing measuring. Very simple. Now, the next part, we're going to take these folds and we're going to fold it back on itself. Now, your window will be as big as you want it to be or as small as you want it to be, and it all depends on how you fold this back. And I'm going to line it up, and I want to be sure I fold it to this line here. As long as we're lined up here with our grid paper, fold it to this line and crease. And you do the same thing to the next, because you want to get them all even. And I'm going to bring this down to as far as this one on the side of it goes. Now, we want to be sure we get a nice even crease here. Fold it to the line. I'll use my bone folder after. Let's get these done. Depending on what you plan on putting inside of your origami window will determine how big you may want this window here to be. And I'll show you in just a second what I'm talking about. Okay, now we can take and crease it. This one needs to be back there a little bit. Now, if I wanted it smaller, then this flap I just had to take and crease it, not as deep as I did already. We want to be sure. Let's see, this is going to sit on there. We want to be sure that it's okay going. I think that will be fine. Now, I want to put, I'm not coloring it this time, I'm going to put a butterfly in the center. And that will be perfect, a perfect size for it. All right, so now we're going to take this, our origami window fold. We could put that away. And I'm going to run some tape runner. Just got to get it started on this piece here. You don't need it anywhere else right now. We're going to attach it to the base. And again, the base is 3 1/4 inches by 3 1/4 inches. And we could do it this way. No, I don't think it will look good that way. Okay, I'm just going to eyeball this and try and get it nice and straight. Now, when you put it on your card, don't forget you're going to have this behind it. You could put it this way. I like it that way. Or you could put it just as a square like that. And I think today we're going to do this. Yes. Okay. Now, I don't know that I showed you this after I colored it, but that's the way it looks. And because you have all of these impressions, you need to use a lot of your tape runner so that it will stay on your base. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use our tape runner. Go down there and down there. And it is sticky. I've got to open this up and set it up so I get this on nice and straight. think that is stunning. And then you take this and you put it like that, and it's just beautiful. We need to use a lot of tape runner on this piece also for the same reason. You're putting it on an uneven surface. You don't want it to come apart. And we're going to try and here. We'll do it like this, and we'll match this up to the points from here to here. And as long as your card is straight, your points should be straight. Okay, so far, there's our card. The next thing we'll do before we, I didn't do my ribbon. Oh my. We need to do card surgery again. I'm sorry about that. I even had it all cut and ready to go. So we'll put some tape on the outside of this ribbon. And this ribbon is just gorgeous, I think. It's glittered organdy ribbon, and let me hold it up to the camera, and I know you can see all that glittering going on. And I'm going to put it at the top. Just lay it down. Should go under this, I think. That's what happens when things get out of order. Okay, so we're going to run it from the top over to the side, like so. Try and get it all even so it all matches. And then all we have to do is tuck this under. And over here too. And I just want to put a little bit of more tape here. Some more of my glue runner so that will stay down, especially since I did some operating on it and removed it. All right, I'm going to take that ribbon and make a bow for the top. Very simple to make a bow. You need to leave enough of a tail, and those of you who have done this before know all this. I know, I understand that. But there are people who are just starting out and they're new to all of this. So right now you can see we don't want to use that great big bow. So we need to control it and bring it into where we want it to be. Oh, that's so pretty. This True Love series is just so elegant. Certainly is one of my favorites, or probably is my favorite. Now I'm going to take a glue dot and just press that bow on there. And then I'm going to stick it right there. We need to do a little more adjusting, and I think we got it, except we have one little end that doesn't want to stay where it should. So I'm going to take a glue dot and put it under there and attach it to my card. So we have this done so far. We'll work on the inside for a little bit, and I'm not going to forget to put my ribbon on this time. We'll put that on right away. spots or little dirt on the other side, so I just turned it over. It's only paper, guys. We're just gonna leave a little quarter, maybe a quarter of an inch, not much. If it looks crooked, just pull on it, straighten it up, and over here too. And then you just tape it to the back of your cardstock. Alright, and I got a little bit of glue on the inside, and we're going to use our glue eraser to get that off. There we go. If your card ever seems to be tacky on the inside, just take your embossing buddy and just put it over there, and that gets rid of all the tackiness. And of course, better if I use my silicone craft mat, because it keeps my surface from getting tacky and sticky. And to clean up the silicone craft mat, you could bring it to the sink if you need to, but that has never been something that I've had to do. I just take a little alcohol wipe and just run it over the craft mat, and it just peels away. Alrighty. Now, okay. Now I'm going to take a flower, and this flower is from the Forever and Always bundle, and beautiful large sayings on this. And I'm using real red. And we're going to put the flower down in the corner. When you stamp, just hold it down for a few seconds, because isn't that pretty? Because you want the paper to absorb it. And now, as I always do, or always try to do, I'm going to take a little sanitizing alcohol wipe to remove some of that ink. And these photopolymer stamps do hold on to the ink, and I'm not putting that away yet because I'm still going to be using that. And I have this beautiful, it's from the same set, the Forever and Always, and this is a lovely stamp, nice and big. Just hold it down until the paper absorbs it, then remove it. Now, if I had used my Stamparatus, I wouldn't be having this problem. I don't know if I can get this again. Let's see. Let's hope that I got it right. Okay. I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. Next time I will use the Stamparatus for sure. Love, and this says you more. We've heard that many times now, haven't we? There you go. Just beautiful, I think. Everybody has different tastes and different likes and dislikes. Alright, now what I want to do is get some Stampin' Dimensionals And I need to cut a little slice that I can put right here on the butterfly because I want it to be raised. I'm going to put it right in the center, remove the backing, and this pretty butterfly is going to be right there in the center. And I have, of course, some pretty gems, sparkly gems to go with our sparkly ribbon. But first, let's get rid of the stamp pad before we have some kind of a terrible tragedy with it. Like it's all over the place and ruining all of our cards. Okay, we'll do one here. Now, for those of you who are new, I just want to let you know that when you put gems on your cards, you should put them in series of odd numbers, 3s, 5s, 7s. And you know what? I have 3 on. I'm going to put 2 more on the butterfly's body. So that will give us a total of 5, and it will dress up our butterfly just beautifully. And we have a big one, and I'll do a medium-sized one because his body does taper. And there we have it. We could puff those wings up. And here is our, I think, a beautiful card. I love the embossing, love the inside. And let me show you the other. As a matter of fact, why don't I put them down on my work surface so that you could see them. And I'm wondering, which one would you like or would you choose if you were going to make one? Which one of these would you choose? Would it be this one with the colored flowers, or this one with the new colors and the hand-penned designer paper, or this one with the butterfly? And we ran ribbon up the side of this one and ran it across the top of this one. Inside here we have the designer series paper with a colored flower. Inside here we have ribbon with a little flower there, and inside here we have the ribbon with the Love You More, as well as a beautiful red flower. Let me know, which one would you choose? Well, that's it for today. And as always, I'm always happy that you're here with me. I hope you enjoyed this particular card. I hope you'll make it, and or at least give it a try. I like this particular origami window fold. I think it's different. It was quite popular, and perhaps it's coming back. Don't know, but I spotted it, and I just kind of fell in love with it. I hope you did too. Don't forget, please, thumbs up, subscribe, and if you should plan on ordering anything that I have showed you here today, please use my host code. It's at the beginning as well as the end of my video. I thank you so much for your time and for joining me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.